Welcome, everyone, to Family Comes First. I'm Vincent J. Russo.
And I'm Victoria Roberts-Strogan. Thank you for joining us. Today, we will be talking about an inspiring organization founded by a beautiful young soul in her dining room to help those who serve our country.
We should never forget that our military is protecting our freedom every day, and we need to support our troops.
Absolutely. So today, we will be talking about messages from the heart right here on Family Comes First. Heartillery Group's mission is to show support, love, and gratitude to our troops overseas in very simple but very powerful ways.
Absolutely. Let's welcome Emily Gordon Spencer, the founder of the Heartillery Group.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And we know Emily for a long time. And who else do we have?
Well, we're very fortunate to have today the Executive Director of the Teresa Academy for Performing Arts, TAPA, and if I may say, Vincent, your better half, Susan
I will
Russo.
agree with that. I will agree with that. It's on the record.
It's on the record.
It's on the record.
Right. Welcome to both of you. Thank you for being here. Now, your families have a long history together. I understand from when you were a little girl. Is that right?
Yeah, her dad, Harley Gordon, and I were involved in as founders of the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys.
Oh, okay.
And so we go way back when there was no field of elder law,
Right.
and we were colleagues at the time, became very good friends, and we were able to share our families over the
Wonderful.
years.
Right.
And so this is just absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And
Thank
you
you so
look
much.
so great. You turned out so well.
Thank you.
You know, so your parents
Thank
did a
you.
wonderful job.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you for
We're so
inviting
glad
me.
you're here. Now, at one point even, I think you met Teresa.
Yeah.
We were in Boston probably for a National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys meeting.
Well, maybe.
And
we
I
were
brought
visiting. We
all
went to,
4 kids, and we went over to your house and
Yes.
hung out, I think, for a while.
Yeah.
And Teresa was still pretty little, so we passed around the baby.
And you were the oldest of
You
the
were the
group.
oldest of your group.
Yeah, yeah. So we trusted you. You held Teresa. I'm not sure about the others.
Oh, no!
They were bigger, right? Tell us a little bit about Teresa, Susan, and about TAPA.
She was the third of our 4 children, and she was born with multiple disabilities. So she was predicted to only live 1 year by most of the doctors, but one, who was the head of the neonatal unit at Lenox Hill, and he said, oh, she'll probably live to be about 6 years old. And she did. She passed away at 5.5. We started the Teresa Foundation the very next year because the things that Teresa loved most were music, recreation. She loved being in a swimming pool. And so we said that the mission of the foundation would be to support arts and recreation programs because, as you all know, those are the first programs that get cut from any budget.
And you have a background in the arts as well.
Specifically for kids with special needs, other little Teresas. So we've done some big projects over the years. We just celebrated our 21st year as a foundation. And 7 years ago, we started the Teresa Academy of Performing Arts, which is locally based, and we serve kids in Nassau and Suffolk County.
Wonderful.
It's an arts-centered program, totally recreation, no therapies, because these children have therapy all the time. So this is a place for them to come and be safe and be comfortable. All of our faculty is certified in their genre. We have several of us with special ed masters on top of dance ed, music ed, and art ed degrees. And we've been doing having a lot of fun and doing a lot of good work, locally with our families, because we have the kids, but we also work with families.
Wonderful.
So now there's going to be this connection.
Yes.
All right, we're going to circle back to Emily. And how did you come up with the idea of the Heartillery Group? What do you do? Why do you do it? All those questions.
Well, Heartillery started very much by accident.
Out of your mind.
Just out of my head. We had got married. My husband and I got married in
He has a
September
name.
of
He has a
12.
name.
Scott.
Okay.
Spencer. My husband Scott and I. We got married in September of 2012. And 5 months later, he was deploying to Afghanistan. So we had just moved into a new house, and I didn't really have a lot of community around me. So I was.
So the shy person that you are,
Yeah, I'm very shy. It's very hard for me to meet people. So
you created community.
I created a community, and if you have choices, you can, be at home and be lonely, or think, oh, my husband's gone, and what am I going to do? Or you get up and do something. And I was already sending him cards and care packages, and I thought maybe the other guys and females in our unit might enjoy cards as well. So I just put up a note on my Facebook page, and 6 weeks later we had about 17,000 cards.
Oh, my goodness.
17,000.
Yes, from 22 states.
Did the mail person quit? I mean, did they actually deliver 17,000?
They
envelopes?
came in spurts.
Wow.
But they were
you investigated? Why is this person who was getting no mail one day all of a sudden getting all this mail?
Amazing.
We didn't have a P.O. box. They just came right to my
Right to
house.
your
and,
house?
So fun.
they came in hundreds. So
Whether sleet, snow, rain, they
Yep.
kept coming.
yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
In boxes, or were these in mail bags?
they were
or-
in boxes and envelopes.
The outpouring of
Yes,
And then you said,
And then I said, wow, I have to get these over there.
Yeah.
So, Scott at the time didn't know I was doing this. He was gone.
husbands never know what the wives are doing.
Yeah, so
Easier
I
that way.
actually,
It is better that way.
I actually called him, I didn't call him. We were emailing each other because
Right.
it's an 8-hour time difference. And I asked him how many people were on Kandahar Airfield, which is where he was stationed, and he said, I can't tell you, but a lot. And I said, well, I'm going to send you 17,000 cards. And he said, what? So we packed them up in boxes of 300 and got them over there right in time for Christmas.
Oh.
And he was able to play Scotty Claus.
Wow.
And,
That's
so,
awesome.
Well, let's show some of the
Yeah.
cards. I mean,
Sure.
Right.
yeah.
And these you said now were from
Yeah,
a woman
sure.
in Texas who made
Yes,
these?
these ones are handmade, and they came from one of our volunteers in Texas. She sends me all of these custom, they're all
They
original
almost look
art.
like ornaments.
And I love
Yeah.
this smile.
Yeah,
You know,
beautiful.
that's really nice.
Yes,
Beautiful.
yeah, so they're all different.
And this is what
This is actually a handmade envelope, actually.
Oh.
That somebody sent
This is the card
one
that
of
was
these
inside.
cards in.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
So they have some news and some.
Yeah, so they, some of the kids will share stories, they share jokes.
That's beautiful. And then
so
you
then-
reached out back to Susan.
right.
Yes, so I didn't have any, there were people that were reaching out to me locally that didn't have any cards available. And so I called Vincent and Susan and I asked them if some of their children may want to donate some art or do a project at the Teresa Foundation. And they said yes. So they started sending us images that were created by their children.
And here's Max, one of the kids in
Yeah.
the program, right?
And,
Such a
and we
great artist.
and we turn them
Max
into
is
cards.
amazing.
Wow.
So we include their bio and their photo on the back, so that people that are reading them know that all of the stuff
special.
is donated, and it really incorporates community. So that's all this was supposed to do, was just bring people together and spread love.
and create
Wow.
communities.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
Susan, did the
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
We
did
have all these questions.
I know. Do the children know what what's?
They do.
Some do. Some
We've done, we love thematic units because we're all
Yes.
teachers.
Yes.
And so Emily comes
Whatever
up
that
with these
means.
great ideas and themes. This particular one was for Valentine's Day, and Emily had asked for heart-themed artwork.
Beautiful.
And the kids had a great time. This is
Yeah.
just one piece. We sent Em
Oh, it's beautiful.
several pieces that she was able to recreate and send out for Valentine's Day. So we've done Christmas themes, just general beautiful art, and
Yeah.
they know that there's a project, and the art
Yeah.
teachers explains
Wow.
where everything is going. And the kids work very hard. They're very proud of their artwork.
Sure.
Yeah, and
So it's
connecting
a
them
lot
to
of
the troops.
Yeah.
It's just
I know.
incredible.
Yeah.
And the ones who have who can write will sometimes sign the cards and write little messages, which is very sweet. Very
Emily,
sweet.
do you ever get feedback, like someone's received a package or a letter?
Yes, yes. So I started sending them just to my husband's unit, and then the more that people found out about what we were doing, they started sending me addresses. My son's here, my daughter's here, my niece and nephew. Could you send them something? And we said, sure.
That's great.
All right, so now
When
we're
we
gonna
get
ta-
back
we're
from the
gonna take a
break.
break.
Okay.
So everybody's gonna have to stay tuned.
Right.
So you could tell us what
Yeah.
happens from there.
Yeah,
So
when you're here.
this is awesome. It's just great to have you on
Thank you. I'm so
Messages
excited
from the
to be
Heart.
here. Thank you.
Family
We'll
Comes
be back
First. We'll be
in
back.
just a minute.
The Center for Special Needs Trust Administration was created over 15 years ago. The reason for the creation of the center was to help those individuals who needed help, to help those individuals who were on SSI, who were on Medicaid, who were on housing assistance, who were on food assistance. Previously, those individuals were left to fend for themselves. On one particular day, their life changed, and they had nowhere to go. What the center provides through its trust administration services is an outlet for them to live a better and more productive life.
Welcome back to Family Comes First. We are continuing our conversation with Emily Gordon-Spencer and her wonderful initiative, the Heartillery Group. And we were just about to talk about some of the wonderful things you put in these packages for our military. We were wondering about the first time you ever heard back from someone who had received your packages.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook is amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so amazing to, you send these things out and you have a name and you have an address and
Right.
there's sort of a blind faith.
Yeah.
You know they're going to get there and,
Right,
and
you
you
just
hope that
launch
they
it out into the
you
world.
hope that they give as much joy as you've gotten from doing it. And
Sure.
we get feedback on our Facebook page from all service members from all branches.
Wonderful.
We serve all branches.
So tell us, share a couple stories.
So we sent a box to a service member, and he wrote back saying that he'd been overseas for 6 months and hadn't received one piece of mail until he got one of our boxes. So we were able to incorporate both cards and care package items, because once people found out we were sending cards, people would also ask if they could send service items, and I said yes,
Why
of course.
not? Sure.
So people started dropping those at my house.
Wow.
So you're getting
great.
boxes of toothpaste and
Yes.
socks.
and Halloween candy from the buybacks at
that's
Halloween,
great, yeah.
which is great because they love the candy's great because it's miniature. So
Yeah.
and then I do festivals, especially in the summer. So I'll go and bring my little banner and my Heartillery crate, and I'll go out and I'll sit and kids will come over and they'll draw cards, and their parents get to have a conversation with them about where they're going and about a
important.
conversation about our service members and where they are in the world, and it's a really nice learning experience for them, and for us we get the art from these tiny babies, which is so cute.
Yeah.
So let's look at the box. I mean,
Yeah,
we keep talking about this
definitely.
package, the box. So let's pull this box up, and
So much
let's take a look at
fun.
all of what's in here. So there are a bunch of cards that are put in the box.
Yep. So we
You
incorporate
can have the socks.
Yeah,
we
there's
incorporate cards in the
so much
box.
great stuff.
Yeah.
Toothpaste,
Toothpaste.
razors.
The Doritos.
The Doritos.
Yeah. And
always
I see Oreos in
Cookies.
here.
Lots of Oreos.
That would make me happy.
And a razor.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any food that you can mix water with is really great.
Ah, right. So the drink mixes you had said.
Yep, the drink mixes and cup of noodles and macaroni and
I
cheese.
think this is stuff that
Wow.
feels like home.
Yeah, when
fantastic.
Scott was on his
Yeah.
first deployment, I used to make him homemade granola bars.
Yeah.
And I used to package them up separately because some of them would have nuts in them, some of them would have chocolate in them, and you didn't know who was getting them, so you wanted to make sure you wrote "have nuts in them" in case they had allergies.
Right.
You never knew. But it was one of those ways to bring a piece of home, and send it overseas, and it wasn't terribly unhealthy.
It's beautiful.
But they always prefer the junk food.
Now, there was a guy who recognized you once when you did a fair, right? And he came over to your table.
Yes, yeah. Well, we send letters in the top of all these boxes, and we do a lot of community involvement. So 4-H communities help us, local churches help us. The Military Teen Council did a project with us. So we always recognize the people that come together that bring items, and we put their logos up. And
nice.
so, and we took a team photo and put it on this particular letter. And I was out at a festival, and he happened to come by, and he said, "I know Heartillery Group from somewhere." And I said, "Oh, well, that's great. I mean, that's awesome. We've only been around for 7 months. That's really cool."
Yeah.
And he said, I went out on a mission, and I came back, and there were 30 boxes waiting, addressed to me.
Wow.
To me.
Yeah, to me. And I said, "That's awesome."
Yeah.
And he said, "I was a celebrity. I mean, everybody
got
wanted
to give them
Everybody
out.
wanted to be
Everybody
his
wanted
friend.
to see what was going on and who and
that's
what all the boxes
awesome.
were. And he said, "I don't even know how you got my name or
Yeah.
anything like that." And one of his family members had reached out and provided us his address. So we had the boxes. So we said, "Why not send them?" And
It's got to make you feel good inside.
it's great.
Oh,
And
that's
for when they go to individuals, it doesn't just go to an individual. It may get mailed to an individual, but people come. Other people in their unit
Right.
come over, and they get to share all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a sense of creating your
They
own
get to
small
give out the
community.
cards and
Wherever you are, whether you're in country or overseas, it's a tremendous feeling of allowing an individual to be a part of their own community with handing these things out. So it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I took a picture with them, and he gave me a huge hug, and
That's great.
so it's just
one of our doing on women's veterans, Justina Penna. You met her,
Right.
and she was the recipient of one of your boxes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
yeah, it was really cool to meet her, and these women, they're just so brave.
We had tears
Oh
watching
my goodness, and she she just said it means so much, and you have no idea how much it means to get message from home, and to get these letters and these cards and these packages from people that you'll never meet. She started to cry, and she gave me a hug, and it was like why I do this stuff. I mean, it's really, it's pure joy for me.
Did you have any idea that this would happen?
No.
That your idea would do
No.
all this good?
There's
just-
so many. We live in such a generous world, and it can be a very hard world, but it's. There's so much love out there, and there's so many people that care.
But it takes someone special to make it happen. There is so much love in the world, and so many people do care, but it takes a very special person
thank
to
you.
actually put it together
Thank
and
you.
execute it.
It's the implementation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you
So-
did that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we want to just give you a hug and the biggest thank you
you.
for
Thank
all
you.
that you've done and
Thank
will
you so
continue to
much.
do.
Thank you.
You're just incredible, and we just want all our viewers to support.
Please.
Yes. So say the website.
Heartillery.
We'll say it too.
Yes, you can, if you'd like to make a donation, we are 100% voluntary.
Right.
So every dollar in is every dollar out.
Yeah.
You can go to heartillerygroup.org to
Okay.
make a donation, or you can go online also to our website and look at a really cool list of packing items, and we'll take cards and service items all year round.
And then
Fantastic.
come back and tell us more.
right.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
we will definitely follow
Yes.
up. So
Thank you.
we are now going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
So Vincent, we have just had the profound pleasure of meeting with Emily and Heartillery and having this conversation with Susan. It's incredible, the generosity and the lives that she's created this out of nothing, and how many people it's touched.
That's right. We learned that someone can have a simple idea,
Yeah.
and then it's the question of doing it,
Yeah.
implementing it,
Yeah, so
and saying,
simple.
I believe
Yeah,
in it.
yeah.
And then it's amazing how it can grow
Yeah.
and grow. I mean, from a couple cards to a few thousand to 17,000 to
Right.
300,000 cards.
Yeah.
And it's not just the relationship she has in giving those cards, it's then the recipients and then the individuals who receive them, who
Yeah.
give them. And
That touched
that's,
me almost the most, was having the people who received the box be able to give out the cards to the people around them.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and community. That's another theme that I think really came out from our conversation there. She created a community for herself and also created communities for everyone that sent cards, everyone that received cards. You know, she built these networks based on appreciation and love and generosity.
And how many families has she touched?
Oh,
Hundreds,
thousands,
thousands,
yeah.
thousands of families that now have joy from receiving it, conversation they're now having about the cards.
Yeah.
So it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So we're going to welcome our spiritual advisor,
Yes.
Father Tony Staganelli.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you very much for this. It was a wonderful, wonderful session you
It was
had.
fun, wasn't it?
Truly was. You could see the energy that was right here in this
Yeah.
wonderful place of communication. Awesome. And you know what I thought was so incredible about the work that Emily does is that how she was able to reach out to people, as you say, create community. How many times people say, gee, I want to do something and I don't know what to do. What difference can I make in wanting to better somebody else's life, wanting to reach out to somebody overseas? So she becomes a conduit
Yes.
so that other people then can do something simple, something small, but with great love.
Yes.
Those are the words of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa said, do small things with great love.
Oh,
And
that's
isn't
beautiful.
that wonderful that somebody can create the conduit to allow that to happen so that people can actually connect with other people and say, thank you, what you're doing is worthwhile, what you're doing is important, and it makes a difference in my life.
Yes.
And then others feel that same sense of importance and doing what they're doing overseas. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
It's really
You know,
beautiful.
when we think about joy, the greatest joy is giving, not really receiving. It's the giving.
Yeah.
And it's all about the giving with the cards.
Yeah, I think about
And-
the kids, you
yeah.
know, who sat down and thought about what they wanted to write.
Yeah.
They never would have maybe thought about that
Right.
if what she created didn't exist, to ask them. Think about what this means to you, your freedom,
And
someone
all
who's...
the envelopes with the little kids writing Marines or
know, I
Army
know,
on the envelope and writing from their heart,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
and reaching out and
So beautiful.
just- oh my goodness.
Well, it just strikes me that everyone wants to make a difference.
Yes.
From the smallest child to the senior citizen, everybody wants to make a difference in this world, but it takes somebody creative to call forth that gift and allow that gift to materialize for the sake of someone else.
Right.
And what a great work that Emily does in that.
Wonderfully said.
And Susan, too.
Yeah,
Not
wonderfully
to leave
said.
Susan off the
Wonderfully
table,
said.
right?
Wonderfully said. Well, we're running out of time.
Okay.
We cannot thank enough our men and women in the armed forces who have put their lives on the line. Today we shared with you one organization that has taken the time to recognize their efforts.
Absolutely. And for more information, if you want to donate to Heartillery or participate, you can visit their website. It's heartillerygroup.org. And you can also visit Vincent's law firm website, and there's a lot of information there about other programs to benefit veterans, and that's at vjrussolaw.com.
And I'll mention the Teresa Academy
Yes.
of Performing Arts. So
Yes.
that's tapany.org.
Yes.
And I want to thank all of our viewers for joining us. And remember, family truly does come first.